Hey y'all, welcome to Does Your Art Fit? I'm Zakila of Art Fit by Zakila, and today I'm showing you the ways that I like to do my increases and decreases when using this filet mesh stitch. This is a double crochet, chain one, skip one, and we continue that pattern all the way. Now I know that it's summertime and the girlies want to show the skin and have the swimsuit cover-ups and all the things, and sometimes we learn along the way that we're not just a boxy person. We have curves to our body, and that's where the shaping comes in. That's where you might need to go ahead and decrease or increase a little bit to kind of just add a little finesse to your projects. This is the way that I like to increase and decrease, and I'm also showing you the way that I like to start the row. So this is a modified double crochet that I'm going to use to start, and then a traditional sort of increase and decrease. If you've seen some of my designs, you might have seen my yellow pants that are made in mesh and they flare at the bottom. The flare is caused by repeated increases so that you can get kind of that bell bottom. They also have increases on the hips, and I believe I'm at a decrease for the knee as well so that the flare could be a bit more dramatic. I've also made an orange mesh skirt, and I started again with just a waistband. I believe I did like a foundation double crochet and then worked a few rows straight, and then I increased for the hips and then left the bottom of it straight. This is because, for me personally, I have hips, and so to make sure that this thing doesn't hug too tight on my hips and also helps accentuate the curves that I got, I needed to make some increases. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to do the increases and decreases just along one edge of your work. However, that is not limiting. You may increase and decrease on both ends. If you're working in the round, you can just throw those increases and decreases right in the middle of your work. Today, I'll be using a 4.5mm hook. Yep, 4.5, and I'm also using Happy Place. This is the Hobie and TL Yarn Crafts collab, and this is a DK weight 50/50 cotton wool blend.
Hey y'all, VoiceOver Z here. We're going to begin by making a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 24 stitches. Now if this part goes too fast, I do recommend slowing the video down. After chaining 24, I'm then going to count backwards, and into the 6th chain from the hook, I'm going to place a double crochet. I'm also working into the back bump of this chain. Chain 1, skip the next chain and double crochet into the next. That will be our repeating pattern for this stitch. We will chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. We will continue this, making sure to work into the last stitch of the chain. We have now completed row 1 of our filet mesh stitch, and you should have 11 double crochet bars. That beginning chain 6 does count as a double crochet and that chain 1. Now we're going to turn our work, and instead of a traditional double crochet, I'm going to insert my hook right into that first stitch. Then yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through 2, make a single crochet. And into the vertical bar, I'm going to insert my hook again and create another single crochet, yarning over, pulling up a loop, and then yarning over and pulling through 2. This is the modified double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 1, skip the next chain space, and double crochet into the next double crochet from the previous row. I'm going to continue chaining 1, skipping a stitch, and double crocheting into the next stitch all the way down the row. Remember that beginning chain 6 counted as a double crochet and a chain 1. So we're going to again skip a chain stitch and then double crochet into the next. This will be the last stitch for this row. We've now completed row 2 of our work. From here, you're going to turn your work. Do not chain 1, just turn your work. Insert your hook into the top of the last stitch made and make a single crochet. Then into the vertical bar that stitch makes, you're also going to insert your hook and then make another single crochet. From there again, we'll chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet into the next, and repeat that all the way down the row. To end the row, we will skip the next chain and simply double crochet into the top of that modified double crochet from the start of the row. You've now completed row 3. I'm going to make one more row in this same fashion, and then in the row after we will start to increase. This row will start the same. We will turn our work, make that modified double crochet in the first stitch, work all the way across the row, and then we will increase in the last stitch. We've made it to our last stitch, and now we're going to increase. So from here, you will chain 1 and place another double crochet in that very last stitch again. This is how we will make increases. Now I'm going to complete a normal row traveling back down our work, making sure to do the modified double crochet to begin and working into every double crochet stitch from the previous row. Let's look at that increase one more time. After working the last stitch of the row, you're going to chain 1 and double crochet again into that very same space. We've completed 4 straight rows of mesh followed by an increase, another straight row of mesh followed by another increase. If you want the slope to be more dramatic, you will then need to increase in every row and not every other row. Now I'm going to complete a normal row, turn my work, and work back towards our increases to make our first decrease. Now that I'm at the last 2 stitches, I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the next stitch, and yarn over and pull through 2. Then I'm going to yarn over again, insert my hook into the last stitch, yarn over and pull through 2. From here you should have 3 loops on your hook, and then we yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. This is how we'll make a decrease. Essentially, you made 2 halves of a double crochet and then join them at the top. Let's do the decrease one more time. Once you reach your last 2 stitches, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Then you'll yarn over again, insert into the last double crochet, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2. You will complete this stitch by yarning over and pulling through all 3 loops. I'm also going to show you how to make the same increases in the middle of your work. Once you reach the place where you want to make an increase, you're going to make your first double crochet in that stitch. Then you'll follow up with a chain 1 and place one more double crochet in that same stitch. Then you'll chain 1 and continue working in pattern. You can easily make increases on top of one another, so I'm going to just throw another one in here. We will make our decreases the same way, making sure that the stitches that we want to decrease are the next two, and we will yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, do the same in the next stitch, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops.